Hey guys, I've done so many of these top 10 affordable cars in theory. It's time for us to get behind the wheel. So come along as I review the Hyundai. Personal finance creator. Some of the videos I've made include how to buy shares, top 10 affordable cars, how to file your taxes, side hustles, interviews, you name it, I've done it. Note, these videos do not constitute financial advice. My aim is to plant the idea, it's up to you to water it. Alright, so when I review cars, I cover the following. First, general impression. 2, driving experience. 3, interior and comfort. 4, technology and features. And then lastly, practicality and ownership. Thank you so much to Nedbank, who have sponsored a segment of this video. I'll tell you more about them a bit later. Okay, cool. So first impressions of this car is it's a budget-friendly car. So it's going to be small and compact, and it's meant to be a car that gets you from A to B. This is a great starter car. So if it's your first car, or maybe it's your last car if you're in retirement, definitely something that you can get into because it is small, but it has sufficient space, so you're not going to miss it, especially if you don't have a big family to be fitting in the car. I know when Hyundai introduced the initial i10, it was quite triangular in shape, and then there was the i20, which had a bit more of a square shape. So the Grand i10 seems to be a bit of something in the middle, which I love because I'm not really too keen on these triangular shaped cars. So definitely like the Grand i10 based on that. I got the 1.2 liter. Also chose the automatic, but this shouldn't really impact you. Experience. So when it comes to this car, it'll definitely get you where you're going. It is a reliable car. It is sturdy. I know when I was driving on the freeway yesterday, it was quite windy. It was actually raining. I did not feel like I was gonna get blown away whilst driving. So this was quite a sturdy car, and I was quite shocked. I thought, oh, I was gonna get blown away, but no, it held its ground. When it comes to the steering wheel, as you guys can see, I am actually just trying to show you guys how great it turns. It is so flexible. It's not one of those where you have to hold on with both your hands. No, you can drive like a gangster like me. And obviously, I mean, am I already talking about driving experience without mentioning the fuel consumption? We had a full tank when we got this car. We are on 3/4 and we drove, okay? We landed in Durban, drove all the way to Florida. Then we drove to a different town for a wedding, and we are still only on 3/4. So I love this car. This car would have made so much sense as a young professional because you were not going to be breaking the bank with fuel. So definitely a big up from me. I actually think I want to take a long drive on purpose because there's no way I'm returning a car that's full of petrol. It just doesn't make sense. So asambin. It's nice tight spots, okay? Avocado would have had to turn so many times. Oh, and obviously I don't want to make it seem like I never have anything bad to say about cars, but if you are considering getting a car so that you can race or compete with people on the freeway, this is not the car for that. This car, like, stay away from the fast lane because you're going to piss people off because it's very hard to actually accelerate quite well. But if you do want a car where you can actually, like, you know, push it give it your all. Maybe try look for something that's a bit more powerful. Don't know if it's because I only took the 1.2 engine. Maybe there's something more powerful. Probably the i20 would give you a bit more power as well. But yeah, that's my only about this car. But anyways, let's enjoy the beautiful view. We are in Durban, baby, and there's the Moses Mavida. Okay, so for driving experience, I give this car 6.5 out of 10. Since you're thinking about buying a car, or you're in the process and you're just doing your final touches, why don't you make the YX24 Fest your next destination? The YX24 is a lifestyle festival that celebrates the South African youth, culture, spirit and community, featuring music, fashion and a host of activations and stores from young entrepreneurs. This will be hosted on the 12th of October 2024, the venue being Constitution Hill in Johannesburg. You can expect performances from Gaza the Small, Makirato Boy, Murder and many more. Tickets are available on web tickets. You can go to www.unlocked.me/potential. If you have a My Goals account or any qualifying Nedbank account, you get 50% off of your ticket price, but everyone is welcome. I am definitely going to be there and I can't wait to meet some of you, so make sure you do check that out. I do have the link in my description box, and remember, this is also where they'll be announcing the top 10 of the Youth X Awards, so you don't want to miss that. Alright, cool, let's continue with this video. Interior and comfort. I realized I have not been in a new affordable car in a long time, but I'm really impressed with some of the interior features that these have. I'm actually not even sure if this car is the basic entry-level one, because some of the features like the red things around the air filters, there's even some bumpy things on the cabby hole, the seats are partially leather and they're like trimmed with red. So I don't know if these are extras or if everyone who is buying a Grand i10 can expect them, but you guys can let me know if you're planning on buying this car, because you're probably going to view it before you purchase. However, I will let you know that the seats are a bit high. I felt like I was sitting in a bus or a taxi, so I felt like I had very great posture, which is obviously good for my body, but it's not the most comfortable, especially if you're going to be driving for a long time. It has double cup holders, but one is smaller than the other. Not sure if this is a design feature, but I know there was a time where I was clashing a bit with my partner when we were trying to grab our chais. And then lastly, the boot. The boot is spacious enough for someone who is just going from A to B, so it'll fit your groceries, one suitcase, and maybe you can put a little small suitcase on the seats. However, if you're trying to get a family car or you're trying to do your road trips, this is not the car for you. So for interior and comfort, I give it 7 out of 10. Technology and features. The windows don't fully open with one touch, so you kind of have to accompany the window the entire time if you want to open or close it. The steering wheel has some missing features and they made it very obvious because there are functions that are absent. The radio, it's loud enough, but it's not something you can really pump up the volume and vula boot, you know. It has CarPlay though, and I love that. And I love that you can actually connect via Bluetooth and you don't really need a cable. However, this is also a flaw, because if you've got your friend in the car, they need to actually pair via Bluetooth before they can CarPlay. Whereas in other cars, you can just plug in via cable and you're good to go. Love the reverse camera. Absolutely obsessed with it. I think this is such a pro feature. Did not expect it in this car. Charging wise, you can charge with both the USB-C and USB chargers, which is a fantastic touch. Another thing to add, it is an entry-level car, guys, so it won't have like the sunglass feature thing at the top here. It also won't have an armrest if you're used to those. For technology and features, I give it 6 out of 10. Finally, for practicality and ownership. Alright, so let's look at the purchase price. I went on the Hyundai website, scroll to the bottom, and I've got the manual Grand i10, which is 224,900. Then I've also got the auto, which is 269,900. I went to a finance calculator. I'm not really promoting Westbank. I'm just saying I use theirs because their calculator looks nice. I went no deposit. Payment term is 60 months, and the interest rate is prime, which is 11.50. I got to an amount of 5,000, and if I increase the payment term to 72 months, I got to 4,000.
4,400. Don't be confused by the 2,799 that you see on the website. That is usually when they have balloon payments and all these bells and whistles included. But if you're not sure what this means, make sure you check out my playlist on how to buy a car, just so you're aware of what this means and how to make sure you're not being forced to pay a really high price.
So when it comes to practicality and ownership, Hyundai is a well-known brand. You are not going to struggle when it comes to servicing and maintaining this car. Think about people you know who drive Hyundais. They probably keep them for a very long time, and that's because you don't fix what's not broken. Great thing about entry-level cars is that they are quite affordable, so whether you are fixing or servicing the car, you're not going to struggle. So definitely a big up from me. I think Hyundai's brand is probably the biggest driver of why I like this car. And for practicality and ownership, I give it 9 out of 10. So in total, this car scored 35.5 out of 50, which is 71%. So that's a distinction in university. Congratulations to the Hyundai team. I love this car. Definitely something I would have gotten as a starter level car. I actually did consider getting this car, but I didn't have the greatest experience when I was viewing it. So hopefully the Hyundai team is a lot more welcoming to young professionals. Alright, cool. So it's been great. And if Hyundai is watching this and they think I didn't give their car justice, they can definitely reach out to me, and I am willing to come through and check out another car. If any other car manufacturers want me to review their car for potential young professionals, hit me up. I do have my details in my description box. Alright guys, from me, my name is Nokuhle and I'm out.